Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with Channel Disturbance. This is a Conqueror Gun Carriage. It's the Tier 10 British SPG and it's located on the north spawn of Glacier under the command of the Bassman from Hell. And he's in on CGC, the orbital laser cannon with the What Arty Noobs skin, kindly provided by Sir Rusty, and these skins are available on his Facebook page. Battles commence. Now, the Conqueror Gun Carriage is actually armed with a 9.2-inch howitzer, but this vehicle didn't exist in reality. No, it's a construct by Wargaming, based on a supposed mounting of a howitzer on a Conqueror chassis. Well, Bassman's going into the trees. Oh, knocked a tree down as he went, but that might give the enemy a clue where he is. But he's aiming for the aircraft carrier. He's almost loaded, and now he's ready to go. Now it's a 2-second flight time, so if an enemy tank does appear, he's still got a delay before the shell will hit the target. And he's noticed a couple of trees have been knocked down in the south, exactly where you expect to see the enemy Arty. But one thing he can see is an IS-7 who's been spotted by our heavies in the northwest corner, and he's dialing in to try and get a hit on that IS-7. Lost sight of him temporarily. Oh, there he is. Can he get a shot? One of the great things about the Conqueror Gun Carriage is the gun has an almost parabolic flight path, which means the shell comes down nearly vertically on the enemy. Doesn't matter if you hide behind cover, it will find you. Round out on the... and he gets a hit on the Panzerkampfwagen 7. Picks up 533 hit points. It's a very nice hit. He must have hit the top armour. Oh, one of the enemy TVPs has made it up onto the carrier. But the good thing about the CGC is that he'll probably be able to put a nice hit on that TVP if he appears. And he's just adjusted his fire precision. The reload time is 37.97 seconds. It's a very long reload, then it is a very big gun. Going for the Panzer 7 again. Lining him up, working out where he's going to be, and round out. Direct hit. So that's 2 direct hits he's had so far. Of course, we don't know how much damage he did with that shot because it went unspotted just at the moment the shell landed. Right, we've got a mouse, a full health mouse on the other side of the aircraft carrier. But he's changed aim because there's a T-110E4 being attacked by a Batchat in the south. And now he's deciding he's going to go back to that Super Conqueror and the mouse. Oh, in fact, there's a whole bunch of enemy tanks there. And they're all 100% health, so yep, it looks like he's going to have to strip away some of that health. And there's the Panzer 7 again. He fires at that one. And he gets a splash hit. 243. And there's that TVP. And the Panzer 7 has been killed. Now he's still a few seconds away from being loaded, but that TVP really ought to be a priority target because that tank has got that murderous gun that can do 5 shots very, very quickly into the enemy. Wipe out a heavy tank in next to no time at all. Okay. Going for the heavies, and oh! Well, he got 2 hits there. In fact, actually, he damaged several of the enemy and stunned, well, a few of them. 546 hit points off the Super Conqueror, 270 off the 705. A multiple hit, making the most use of his shell. And if he does that again, he's certainly going to hurt the enemy a lot. 10 seconds. The enemy must know that another Arty round is almost about to come in. They'll count their seconds. They know full well how long it takes to reload. Round out. Here we go. Oh, it's another multiple hit. 3 tanks on it this time. The 705 took the most, 634. The Super Conqueror 406. And the Type 5 Heavy took 256. And he's picking up stun assist as well because 3 of the tanks were stunned. The 705 is pulling away. He knows he's badly damaged. Oh, and there's a round from the enemy Arty there. The enemy Arty's a GWE 100. So he's just moved the location just a little to throw that GWE 100 off. Lining up a shot. I think he's going for the Super Conqueror this time. Yep, it is. And he fired it in right now. He will probably get splash. He fires it in. Yes, he did get splash on the Super Conqueror. 67 hit points. And he's moving position. Narrowly avoided that tree to avoid knocking it down. Doesn't want to give the GWE any clues where he is. This is very precise driving. Nicely done. Okay, now we're 1 tank up on the enemy, but it's that fight that's going on in the northwest corner is so important. There's an equally important fight going on in the south between this K91, a Gorilla, and an E50M, a Leopard, and another Gorilla. But look at them, they're bunching together again, and this is just going to be the perfect opportunity for the baseman to put a shell in there. If they do that, they're asking for trouble. Is he going to go for the Super Conqueror? Fires around in the Super Conqueror. And yes, he gets a hit. 270. Now that 705 on the other side is actually going to find it very, very difficult to operate if he gets hit by the orbital laser cannon. In fact, the T110E4's joined him. And it'd be funny if we could get 2 hits off 1 shell on those 2. Round out on the 705. Direct hit! 529 hit points. Now the 705 used his first aid kit to get rid of the stun. And he's pulling back. What's going on in the south? Well, we've got a Badger down in the south. And he's taking fire from an Object 430U and a Conqueror who are in the passageway trying to get up on top of the carrier. And that Badger's really being badly hurt. Now I think Baseman can probably put a round into him. Almost loaded. Round out straight away on the Badger. And we get a hit! 243! And that will stun the Badger as well. Or force him to use his repair kit. And he's been killed! Oh, there's the enemy Arty. He did work out where we were. He got a hit, but I think it was a splash hit.
Fix the track. Track repaired. Drive on.
Well, we're still stunned. We haven't used the first aid kit yet. And the stun's finished. We're dialing in on the target. Reload almost complete. We're going to go for that 705. Or the E4. No, 705's the next target. Dialed in and round out. And now we're moving. And we've got another hit or another splash. And that's the enemy GWE again. So he's worked out where we are. But that round landed just a short distance away from us. You can see the impact points on the ground, fore and aft. Now 705 is going for it now. He's moving. He's trying to get into cover as well. But whilst the GWE is focusing on firing at us, he's also missing any opportunity to fire at our heavies. And I don't think he can get shots on our heavies, which is why he's firing on us. we've got a couple of tanks coming up into the gateway to the carrier. Yep, it's a K91, and I think there's an enemy Conqueror in there as well. So our guys up on the carrier, the 430U and the Super Conqueror, need help.
That was close.
And we fired a round in on the Type 5 Heavy and got another splash, 109 hit points. We're going to have to move position. And it seems that we've got a pinger on the map. A T110E4. He's pinging the map location in the south. And the reason I think he's pinging it because we lost our FE4005. We also killed the Super Conqueror up on the carrier. And our 430U then killed the Conqueror that killed our Super Conqueror. Go for the mouse. Oh, I don't think we can go for the mouse because the reticule shows or indicates that that ice would actually take the shell. Fires at the Type 5 Heavy and no result. He's moved position again. I suspect that whoever was pinging the map was pinging it because of the Gorilla. They thought that the Gorilla might be a threat. From what we know is there are 3 enemy tanks, and we know where all of those tanks are, and there's 1 enemy Arty, and we know where he is. He's probably at the enemy cap area. So we know where all of the enemies are. There's no unhidden enemies, and the Gorilla has been taken out by the 113, which only leaves the Type 5 Heavy, the T110E4, and the GWE100, who's back at the enemy base. Going for the Type 5 Heavy. Working out where it's going to go. Round out. That looks good. And it is 497 hit points from a splash. So it must have been very close to him. The 430U's up on top of the carrier. We've got a T57 Heavy nearby. And we're moving position, but the enemy Arty's never going to find us. But he can't get too close to that water because otherwise he'll fall in. Type 5 Heavy has been killed. Unfortunately, we lost our Gorilla 15. The GWE 100 has been spotted. We know where he is now. Oh, and we just lost our T57 Heavy. No, you can't climb that. Now, can he get a shot? No, not from this angle. We've got a red line. But the E4 has been killed, which now means it's 3 against 1. And it's the enemy Arty. He's all alone. He's going to be facing an Object 430U or 113. And, of course, the Conqueror Gun Carriage with the Bassman from Hell. And although Bassman doesn't have any kills yet, he's certainly done a lot of damage. At least 5,000 hit points of damage, or 4,800. And that's the 2-minute hooter. Now we know where the GWE 100 was seen. He was in the corner of J1. So that's where I think we'll be headed. .113 is going to get there first. 430U is going to go around from the other side. And because we're Arty, we can stay on the lake and shoot at him from a distance. It's amazing that the Bassman's actually survived this battle with 105 hit points intact. The GWE 100 definitely tried to end his game, but failed to do so. It's all going to be over in a second. That's the 1-minute hooter. And the GWE 100 driver is a Unicum, would you believe it? No, now he's out the game. And that's game. Nicely done. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's a second class tanker for the Bassman from Hell in the Conqueror Gun Carriage. He got a win 8 of 3931 from that one. He picked up a second class tanker, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, he got 14, and a Gore's medal for doing more damage, exceeding 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, didn't get the highest amount of damage, but he certainly did a lot. The 113 managed to get the highest amount, 6,543 hit points. He picked up the high caliber and a Confederate medal. The Bassman came in with 5,441, and of course that Gore's medal. And then we've got the Object 430U on our team with 4,363. But the highest scorer on the enemy team was the Super Conqueror with 4,564. When it came to kills, it is actually the Object 430U who managed to get the highest amount. He got 6. Then we've got the Super Conqueror on the enemy team with 3. And then there's a whole bunch of tanks with 2 kills. Unfortunately, Bassman didn't get any kills at all. But when you look at the base XP, sorry, wrong screen, you can see that he actually came in 4th place. Top scorer was the Object 430U, then the 113, then the T57 Heavy, and finally the Bassman managed to get 913 base experience points off that one. So let's have a look at detail report now. 13 shots fired, 5 direct hits, 5 penetration, 13 splash. He certainly did hit the enemy hard, because you look, that's more damage done to more tanks than shots fired. So obviously he was hitting more than one tank at once on some of those shots. In fact, I think he hit 3 tanks in one shot. Well, I know he did. Damage of 5,441 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He did receive 2 hits as a result of splash from the GWE-100, who managed to work out where he was, but not precisely, and the shells missed him. He also damaged 5 of the enemy, but didn't get any kills. And he did stun assistance of 627 hit points of 18 stuns. So 18 stuns in total of 13 shots. On a premium count, he earned 67,211 credits, got 28,901 for mission completion, and that brought up a grand total of 96,112 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, he still took away 37,961 credits. He received 16 bonds in total, 7 for the awards, and 9 for the actual battle. He also earned 1,369 XP, got 590 for completing the mission, took away 1,959 experience points altogether. So 5,000 hit points of damage, and still get pinged by some sort of Unicum. Well, yes, I think the Unicum was actually probably just trying to warn you, but all the tanks that are in the south have been wiped out, and that Gorilla was on his way up to try and kill him. But it really, in the end, it didn't really matter, because the Bassman had it in hand. Even if the enemy had tried to come looking for him, he probably would have shotgunned him, because he's done that before in other battles. I've seen him use the Conqueror Gun Carriage to shotgun an enemy at close range. So if that Gorilla had decided to come north, he probably would have been wiped out all the same for doing so. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.